Today is Friday, December 22nd, 2023. We are about 1 3/4 miles up our road walk on Zealand Road. Going out today to do the bonds. This is after a big flooding storm that happened on Sunday into Monday. So I haven't seen any trail reports for the crossing after the Zealand hut, but I've been looking. Hopefully it'll be doable because it's like 5.5 miles just to get to that crossing. There's at least one other group of hikers ahead of us. We spotted a car at Lincoln Woods, so did they, and we set off from the parking area on 302 at around 6:50 this morning. It was about 10 degrees at the car, a little nippy. The storm melted the bulk of the snow, so we are not carrying snowshoes. I have 2 sets of spikes with me. Do you have 2 sets? Yeah. So, should be a long day with clear views and chilly but low winds. Let's hope. And it's the first day of winter, so the sunset is, I looked at it, I think it's 4:07 or something like that, 4:13, and then dusk is at 4:45. So we will be walking out in the dark. This winter route takes us between 11 and 12 hours total time, or it has in the past. Different conditions though, so we'll see. I think that these might be a little faster.
It might be, except for the water crossings.
Yeah, we'll see. We don't have to break any trail, and we're not wearing snowshoes, so sometimes it's faster when there's a nice packed trail though, but I feel like we did it in March. Done it in February, March, and April, I think. This route, and all 3 times were different conditions than this. So we'll see. We are 5.5 miles in, up on Zealand Trail, near the beginning of the beaver ponds. So there's Z Cliff up there, and I don't know if it'll capture it, but there's like a layer of ice sparkling in the sun. Very nice. Okay, it's pretty cold. Frosty. We are still bare booting. There has been some moderate ice, but there's a little layer of snow, which is making it pretty grippy. And there's definitely areas where there's no ice or snow at all. So don't need to spike up yet. Like right here, when we get off this little boardwalk, you'll see there's no ice. Yeah, there we have it. We had a couple little water crossings. They were quite manageable. This is the tricky water crossing. And it is definitely high.
So I see some footprints over there.
So I've gone through up there in the winter, yeah.
I think we should go right there and then down there.
Okay.
Or we'll go right up.
Okay.
Actually.
All right.
How about we go
So
right
this is
up?
what we're doing. It's definitely flowing higher. I need 2 hands, and my battery is basically dead, so here we go. We are up on Z Cliff now. So that water crossing was, to me, it was a lot sketchier than it looked at first glance. So we ended up walking upstream, I don't know, 50 feet, 50 yards. How much? A bit.
Yeah, it was a bit.
We went a bit.
50 yards.
Yeah, 50 yards. And then we were able to kind of cross just on rock and come down through the open forest, which the snow is like very supportive and shallow and frozen. So it was easy to get through, but there's a couple guys ahead of us, and they went at a sketchy spot, I think. Maybe they just have long legs, or they're more daring. I don't know. So this is the view of the presidentials right there. Tom, Field, and Willie. In front of that, White Wall. This is White Wall right here. And then behind there is Crawford Stairs and Resolution. I think the little point sticking up above Resolution is Kearsarge North. Parker, it would be down there. Over here is the Nancy Range. So, what is it? Bemis, Nancy, Anderson, Lowell, and of course Kerrigan. And then the Hancocks right here, which is this big thing right there. All right, and we are going to keep moving. It's taken us a bit. We stopped and talked to the caretaker and enjoyed a snack and used the bathrooms at Zealand Hut. So we lost some time there. We lost some time at the water crossing. Sunlight is burning, but look at how beautiful the sky is. There's not a cloud in it. We're considerably warmer now that we're in the sun. We just did a really steep climb. It's probably the longest and steepest gain of the whole day. So nice and warmed up now. Plus we had layered up, which might have not been the right idea, but that's okay. All right, so the next stop is going to be Zealand. And actually, if you wanted to, you could come out and go to Zeacliff Pond, which is right there. There's a spur for that. We're not going to do that today. So the next stop for us is going to be Zealand. And then from there, continue on to the junction with Bondcliff Trail, and we'll be at Guyot, and we'll have that view into the Pemi, which I'm looking forward to. So we're about 4 hours in and a little shy of 8 miles, which I would have liked to have been faster, but that's okay. We cannot beat the sunset, so it is what it is. Oh, as long as we can get off the steep part of Bondcliff without headlamps would be nice, I think. There's a lot of bullet ice. So
That'd be neat.
What?
Bullet ice.
We've had it. That's what we've had. Yeah, it is neat, except it's not great if your spikes are dull, right?
True.
Yes. Who has dull spikes? That guy.
The dullard.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. We are still on the way to Zealand, but I just thought it's really pretty. And this will give you an idea of what the trail conditions are like up here. We had pretty much just ice all the way up until a little after Zeacliff. And now we're closer to having like a packed snow. There's a blowdown. A duck under. Yeah, so it should be pretty fast with this. The ice, even though we were climbing it and flat, it was still, you gotta be careful. But this is nice. Beautiful section of the Appalachian Trail. Helps that it's sunny out. We are on the summit of Guyot right now. There's zero wind. It's really nice. Hot in the sun. This is looking over at Bond and West Bond. And that is a sub-peak of Guyot. Franconia Ridge. Owl's Head in the foreground. We got Flume and Flume and Liberty with Moosilauke behind Liberty. Little Haystack. Lincoln, North Lincoln, Lafayette, North Lafayette. And then Garfield Southwest Twin's this big ridge, and then South Twin right there. All right. So, we're still wearing spikes, and it's sort of like there's a monorail forming. So as long as you stay where the monorail is, you're good. But if you go off of it, you do post hole a little bit. And it also looks like there's some drifting up here. But actually, I just walked through some and it was hard pack on top, so that's good. We're not making a big mess. Okay, so this is the junction right here with Bond Cliff Trail. Twinway will turn to the left, to the right, and Bond Cliff will go to the left, and that's where we're headed. Haven't seen anybody else today, but there are 2 people ahead of us. And we talked to the caretaker at the hut, but didn't see any other hikers. And it's possible that somebody came out from Lincoln Woods and did an out and back to the Bonds. So we might see somebody, and we might also see the people ahead of us if we catch them while they're on the West Bond Spur. But I think they're probably further ahead of us now. Okay. So it's funny because the junction is down there. I'm going to go that way. The people ahead of us just walked right across the snowpack, but I think I'll stay on the trail because there's not 2 feet of snowpack up here, which is what you should have if you're going to go off traipsing through the alpine zone. Whew. Now I'm in some drifting. All right. So there's the sign. Woo! Right there for the Bond Cliff Trail and the Twinway. Okay. I can't really go over to it because that is definitely a drift. Okay. We're heading up there. We are up on the summit of West Bond, and out here are the Presidentials. And that's that bump on Guyot. And then South Twin in the center, Southwest Twin over here, Bear Pond down there, Garfield. That's actually Galehead. I don't know if you can see it on here. It's a little bump right there. Owl's Head. Franconia Ridge. This is the other bump on West Bond. Moosalok behind that. Wow, there's 0 wind. This is awesome. The Osceolas. Kind of back in here. Bond Cliff. The Hancocks. Right there, Kerrigan. That is Bond right there. All right, I can hear two voices. I don't know where they are. All right, we have to keep moving. This is one of my favorite summits, though. I love it. And there's no wind, but we have a ways to go. Bond is pretty fast to get to. And then this ridge going down Bond and then up Bond Cliff feels like it takes forever. And then from Bond Cliff, you're still 9.5 miles from Lincoln Woods. So it's a long descent and walk out. Okay, we're gonna keep moving. We are up on Mount Bond now. And we have seen 4 other hikers now. 3 of them on West Bond and 1 of them leaving Bond. So that is West Bond right behind John. It Those are the twins. There is no wind. Awesome. There's the presidentials. Tonfield Willie and White Wall in front of that. The moon. Kerrigan. Passaconaway behind the Hancocks. All right, we're going to keep moving because we are heading to Bond Cliff right there. It looks so close, but it takes a while to get there. I'm out on that Bond Cliff viewpoint. This is the summit over there. There's two people over there. And John. There's the guitar slide. That's awesome. On West Bond. Looking back to Bond. Presidentials. All right, and then, whoo, I'm just gonna reach out and look down like that. I'm not really at the edge of it because heights freak me out a little bit. Okay. Well, as you can see, it's full dark, and we have about 2.5 miles until we get back to the car. It should take us about 12.5 hours total time, be 22.5 miles, and can I say the water crossings were doable, but maybe not necessarily where the actual water crossing is supposed to occur, but everything is freezing up nicely, so there's a lot of ice on the trails, but not much down here in Lincoln Woods. All right, great day today.